if I could help you find yourself. What are you looking for? It's right in front of you. You know what they say, how it's all been done before. I won't run away. Forever means forever. Let's burn the city down now, starting over, and it's over now. Will you be my escape? We're never looking back. We're starting over, and it's over now. You can be my escape. Let it go. If words fell like rain, speaking is impossible. What are you waiting for? When everyone is watching. You know what they say, how it's all been done before. I won't run away. Forever means forever. Let's burn the city down now, starting over, and it's over now. Will you be my escape? We're never looking back. We're starting over, and it's over now. You can be my escape. Burn it down, 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 let's burn the city down. We're starting over, and it's over now. Will you be my escape? We're never looking back. We're starting over, and it's over now. You can be my escape.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Survivor Series. My name is BrendenPlayz, and tonight our Raw and Smackdown superstars will have to survive against one another as a stacked card is on showing here tonight. Plenty of big matches on the show, and if you want to watch a specific matchup, go to the description down below and click on which match you want to watch. We're kicking the Survivor Series pay-per-view off with the 6-man traditional Survivor Series tag team match. It is Team Sheamus coming up against Team Rob Van Dam, and on Team Sheamus, as you just saw before, Mark Henry and his tag team partner, the Big Red Monster, Kane. And this should be one hell of a brawl. And here comes this man, Sheamus. He is the team captain, ladies and gentlemen. And this is truly all about Sheamus versus Rob Van Dam. These two guys were former tag team partners, now have split apart and looking to get revenge on one another, as Sheamus at Hell in a Cell decided to take out his frustrations and anger on Van Dam, hitting the bro kick and sending Rob Van Dam on his backside. And looking up at the lights, Van Dam hasn't forgot about it though, he's looking to get some revenge here tonight on Sheamus, but the question is, who's going to be joining Van Dam? We don't know who Van Dam's tag team partners are. He said he has a big surprise for us tonight. We don't know who that is. I have no idea, don't have any hints at all, so we'll have to wait and see who exactly Van Dam does bring along with him. I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? Oh! Alright, here we go. We got Sabu and Tommy Dreamer. Looks like Van Dam has brought some old friends here tonight. ECW originals and hardcore extremists. Van Dam has brought along Tommy Dreamer and Sabu to be his tag team partners in this 6-man traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination matchup. And this should be one hell of a match now. I guess I wasn't sure who Van Dam would get, but some old friends is certainly two guys he can definitely rely on and trust. And that's something that Van Dam certainly needed in this match here tonight. As he'll kick it off with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, at the other side of the ring. And that's certainly one guy you do not want to mess with, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very difficult proposition right now for Van Dam. You think about it, yes, we now know he's got Sabu and Tommy Dreamer. Those are two very good pickups for Van Dam, but look at the other side of the ring. Mark Henry, Kane, Sheamus. Some three big dudes. So he's going to have a really tough challenge. And we know Sabu likes to fly around. Suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. We know what he's like. Tommy Dreamer, we know he's crazy. So anything could really happen right now. But of course, disqualifications are enforced. Countouts are enforced. So this is all about trying to survive. It's an elimination tag team match. And what that entails is that if, let's say, Tommy Dreamer gets pinned right now by Mark Henry, Tommy Dreamer, he's eliminated from the match, and the match continues on. So that's, it's not one pinfall to end it all. It's going to keep going until nobody is left, until one man, or perhaps two or three men, depending how well the team does, until one team is left standing, and the other team is completely eliminated from the match. At the moment, Tommy Dreamer looking for a cover to try and pin Mark Henry early on. He's not going to get there though, as Henry powering out at 2. And Tommy Dreamer, good to see him. This, of course, is the first opportunity we've had to see ahead of seeing Dreamer and Sabu here in Universe mode. Dreamer go for another pinfall attempt. Henry kicking out too early, I think, to go for that, but good way to apply a bit of pressure to Henry early on. And now, straight away, Henry could reverse the tables just like that, but he's not going to, as Dreamer's able to get out of the corner and gonna plant Mark Henry down face first. That's a nice move there by Tommy Dreamer. And obviously, tag team work is essential, keeping yourself fresh, not getting yourself isolated, because as soon as you are eliminated, if there is a point in the match where you are down, let's say two team members compared to the other team who has 3, you have a huge disadvantage. It makes it very, very difficult to come back from that. Of course, this is one of our 2 traditional Survivor Series tag team matches. Later on tonight in our main event, it will be Team Jericho versus Team Undertaker. And we will see the first ever matchup of Sting here in Universe mode. Finally, we're going to see what he can do, what he can offer, and will we see him get in the ring with The Undertaker, and what will happen there? All will be revealed later on tonight. Of course, as well, Roman Reigns will take on Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship, as Roman Reigns looks to continue his fight for revenge against Seth Rollins after the two split away on some pretty bad terms. It first started off pretty okay, and then, once both men had some similar goals to get the WWE Championship, things started to go a bit downhill from there, as Tommy Dreamer, nice little suplex there to Kane. Here goes the cover. 1, 2, Kane could be eliminated. No, he won't be, as he kicks out at 2. The Dreamer, strong start from him in the opening stages of this one. He's going to stay in it though, as Kane launches him into the corner. I think Dreamer might have been thinking about a tag. Now Mark Henry back in it, as Kane and Henry look to double team. Here we go. Dreamer snap flying. That's 2 very strong men forcing Dreamer to fly in the air just then. That's a place you definitely do not want to be if you are Tommy Dreamer right now. The Dreamer back to his feet, continuing the fight, trying to stay in it. But you have to get the feeling that he needs to get a tag. You don't want to be isolated, as we mentioned a moment ago, because you will suffer some damage and, you know, you will start to fatigue, and it's all about surviving. You need to keep as much left in the tank as you possibly can. And like I said, oh, look at the strength from Tommy Dreamer, suplexing the 400-pound Mark Henry. So Tommy Dreamer, in his absence, has certainly been lifting the weights, getting himself in good shape, as now the team captain Van Dam back in this one. He's coming up against Mark Henry, and RVD is going to look to try and quicken the pace here. And Van Dam, nice DDT, down goes Mark Henry as well. Van Dam looking pretty good, you know. He's going to go for the pinfall attempt. Henry's foot was near the ropes, or under the ropes, so the rope break was enforced. Kane and Sheamus were coming along anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But Van Dam, he wants to make a big statement to Sheamus. He and Sheamus have been dealing with one another for quite some time. And speaking of Sheamus, here we go. The Celtic Warrior is in this match, and this one is about to pick up. As Sheamus, oh, Spinebuster, down goes Van Dam. It's a strong start here by Sheamus, who gets his first taste of action in this one, the team captain. And of course, the Celtic Thunder, like we mentioned earlier on, they split apart. They were former tag team champions with one another, and they were very successful as a tag team, but you get the feeling that these two guys just wanted to go ahead, split away, do their own things, and they were going to do that on good terms. They were going just to, okay, Sheamus and RVD both wanted to be the US champion. They were both going to compete for it, and that was going to be it. As it turned out, Sheamus got the opportunity as he defeated Rob Van Dam. Van Dam still wanted to support his friend and Sheamus, and he was in his corner at Hell in a Cell. But Sheamus, he didn't beat Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. He lost. So what did Sheamus do? He didn't go, okay, better luck next time, oh, whatever. He kicked the head off Rob Van Dam and made a statement to Van Dam that he was not to be messed around. I don't know why Sheamus turned his back on Van Dam. I just think the frustration of losing such a big match got to him, and he decided that perhaps Van Dam was getting in his way of what he wanted. And this was originally going to be a one-on-one matchup, but a lot of you guys in the comment section in recent videos have been saying, Brendan, get it to 6-man, make it a Survivor Series tag team match. That's what we want to see. We want to see these other guys get involved as well, and that's exactly what you are seeing right now on your screen as Kane is back in this match. Kane and Van Dam going at it as Kane launches Van Dam into the corner, and Rob Van Dam able to get out of harm's way though, and perhaps, wait a minute, what's he got planned here for Kane? And is he going to go up to the top rope? I think Van Dam, he's thinking about it. Here we go. Oh, nice move there by Rob Van Dam. RVD for the cover. 2. No, we can't get Kane. Very close, though, from Rob Van Dam. And that was a nice bit of offense there from Van Dam as Kane will get back to his feet. Not for long as a kick right to the side of the skull. Kane's got a huge body. I think he might be near the ropes. He was. That skull of Kane is such a huge frame, was able to get very near to the ropes. You know, if you're going to try and pin Kane, that's one of the problems. You have to get him smack bang in the middle of the ring, because that 7-foot body of his is going to find the rope more often than not. As now Sabu, I think this might be the first time we've seen Sabu in this match, and we know he can fly. We know he's pretty crazy, so this will be very interesting to see how he goes, as he has a 7-foot monster in Kane to deal with. So this might not be the best terms, the best conditions for Sabu to do what he does best. But hey, Sabu still in it, still fighting, trying to keep Kane away from him. Going to launch Kane into the corner. Perhaps Sabu's going to get the hell out of there quickly. He will, as Tommy Dreamer gets back in this one. And Tommy Dreamer, his first opening stance was fantastic. And a nice double super kick there by Dreamer and Sabu. Very unlike Dreamer, but he's trying to pull out all the stops here to keep Kane down. And we know if Team RVD can get rid of Kane or Mark Henry or even Sheamus early on, that's going to give them a huge upper hand, because Team Sheamus, heavy favorites coming into this one. And you know, it's understandable. You know, you're Kane, Mark Henry, and Sheamus in the one team. Very hard to say they won't be. Nice bulldog there by Tommy Dreamer. As Dreamer thought about tag, and he's going to think about a tag. He still will. Here comes Sabu back in this one. And Kane on his knees, trying to get to the ropes, trying to help himself back up to his feet. As Sabu not allowing him to do so, though. He's going to keep the offense coming. Kane with the counter, and just like that, Team Sheamus back in it. If Kane can get the tag, all that was for nothing, and he does, as the team captain Sheamus back in this match. But Sabu not having any of it. But Mark Henry getting himself involved, stopping Sabu from capitalizing on Sheamus, and now Sheamus with a powerbomb. Wow, just like that. Sheamus able to counter, get his team back in control, as Sheamus with a nice elbow drop to Sabu on the back. And now Sheamus, he would love to eliminate Sabu here, love to eliminate everybody, just the egotistical Sheamus. He's just a new man at the moment, Sheamus, just wanting just to beat everybody up in his way. And Van Dam's certainly been a huge problem for Sheamus, and still poses to be a big problem, because Van Dam heading in towards this pay-per-view. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh wow! Dreamer hit the powerbomb. What a move there by Tommy Dreamer and Sabu. Fantastic move there by Dreamer and Sabu, and all just like that. We've got Dreamer back in control on Sheamus right now. Man, that was a great move. Oh man, I didn't think Dreamer would be able to hit that. Sheamus is not exactly a small guy, but the Hurricane Runner by Sabu, we told you earlier that he can fly, and he certainly did. And Dreamer using the power that he now has to hit the beautiful powerbomb on Sheamus. Kane back in the match now, as Sheamus getting the hell out of there, hightailing all the way out. And Kane, the big red monster, back in this one as Dreamer sends him down. And Dreamer, I tell you what, he's looking very, very good in this match. I'm quite surprised, but I think Dreamer might be the MVP of this match so far. He's really doing well for Team Van Dam, and maybe might be looking to make a bit of a name for himself here in Universe mode, as he gets Kane back up to his feet. But we are going to continue on. This match just ran a little bit longer than I expected, guys. We did a little bit of a cut ahead. Nobody was eliminated from the match, just so you know, but Dreamer is in some trouble, though. The Celtic Cross. Yeah, to Tommy Dreamer by Sheamus, going for the cover. This could be it. Sabu is coming, and he does break it up. Van Dam in there as well, but Mark Henry, wait a minute. Mark Henry drilling a knee into the kidney area of Rob Van Dam. As Kane will get the tag in, and wait a minute. Van Dam, he's trying to get the hell out of there. He's troubling now. Oh, wait a minute. The submission there by Kane. He's choking out Tommy Dreamer. Is Dreamer going to tap? If he does, it's all over. But no. Did he tap? I don't think he did. I'm not sure. We didn't. No, he's still in this one. Dreamer's still in it. Thanks to Sabu breaking it up. And a nice drop kick down goes Sheamus there by Tommy Dreamer. But Kane looking to keep the momentum going. Uh-oh. He's got the throat. He's going to go send him up for a ride all the way to hell with the choke slam, the cover. We could have our first person eliminated from this match. Henry and Sheamus stop Van Dam and Sabu from getting involved. And Tommy Dreamer has been looking impressive, but just like that, he is eliminated. Tommy Dreamer gone. And now we've got Kane, Sheamus, and Henry. They're taking on Sabu and Rob Van Dam. The advantage is certainly in Sheamus' corner right now, as Kane picking up the first elimination. Very impressive. And like I said earlier, Tommy Dreamer has been one of the better superstars in this match. And for Kane to eliminate him in this point of the match is going to be huge. And I think Kane, Sheamus, and Henry could be able to go on with this one pretty comfortably now. And at the moment, Kane waiting for Sabu to get back to his feet, who does. Trying to fight back with a clothesline. Down goes Kane. Van Dam waiting on, maybe looking to get a tag. Doesn't want Sheamus, or Henry and Sheamus and Kane to really keep Sabu isolated, because that's his last man left. Sabu tried to take advantage of Kane. Henry got himself involved, and a battering ram over the top rope by Sheamus. Fantastic teamwork here by Team Sheamus. Really good stuff. Rob Van Dam has to break up the count, because he knows Sabu's the only hope he has left of winning this one. It's really not looking good for Team Van Dam. The odds are not stacked in their favor, definitely right now. It's already bad enough. Henry off the top rope again with a double axe handle. It's already bad enough. Of the second rope, sorry. It's already bad enough that you have three monsters at the other side of the ring. But to have You know, nobody left other than Sabu. Two similar styles. Wait a minute. Here's some teamwork. Van Dam. Beautiful move there by Van Dam and Sabu into the corner. Really good move there by these two men. The chemistry that these two men have possessed over the years. They've teamed up in the past. They know each other's game inside out. And that was a true testament of that right now. As they know they are the final two men left. They have to try and do everything they can to stay alive. Try and survive. Three monsters at the other side of the ring. Mark Henry looking in a bit of trouble now. Sabu getting the better of him. But Henry sent into the corner. And Sabu, what's he got planned here? Here we go. Oh, beautiful Tornado DDT off the top rope. Tornado DDT. But can Sabu capitalize? I don't think he can. I don't think Sabu can. Henry getting himself to the ropes. Is it too little, too late? And Kane able to get in there. Or just like, you know, we just thought that Sabu might be able to get the cover there and get the 3 count, eliminate Mark Henry. But he took too long. He used all he had left in the tank to hit that big move there on Mark Henry. And now, Rob Van Dam back in this match. Wise decision by Sabu. We're going to see what we saw earlier on again. Van Dam flying into the corner with the elbow. And Mark Henry, he suffered a lot of damage right now. A possible opportunity to eliminate Mark Henry is upon us. Can Rob Van Dam take advantage? Henry down again with a big kick to the side of the head. Mark Henry still down. Van Dam rolling him over. Can he get the pinfall? No, he cannot. And of course, Sheamus and Kane are going to be in there. And that's the problem that Sabu possesses as well. He's the odd man out. He's the man on the apron. He's not the legal man. His job is to try and take out the other team members of the opposition so that Rob Van Dam can get the cover successfully on Mark Henry. But he has to try and take out Kane and Sheamus now. Mark Henry and Sheamus to allow that to happen. Van Dam trying to crawl to the corner, desperately trying to get to a tag. Kane's not going to allow that, you'd have to say, as he's continually striking the back of Kane. But wait a minute, Van Dam. Oh, we just thought he had a bit of fury left in him, but Kane ends that very quickly. Van Dam bouncing off the turnbuckle in the corner. And now Kane, he did this to Dreamer. He's got the chokehold again now on Rob Van Dam. And Rob Van Dam is in some trouble. I think he might have got to the ropes though to keep himself alive in this one. As Kane now into the corner. Rob Van Dam has to get a tag. Has to try and do something to win this one. Well, wait a minute. Kane's in the corner. Van Dam, here we go. Beautiful move there. Beautiful splash. Here we go. 2. Yes, he got it. Rob Van Dam has eliminated Kane. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And straight away, Sheamus into the ring, hits a suplex on Van Dam, and Kane eliminated. It's now 2-on-2. It's an even game right now, and that's something I did not expect, as RVD almost getting pinned there by Sheamus. Sabu saving the day. And RVD, after eliminating Kane, would like to get a tag out, try to get himself the hell out of there, get Sabu involved. He has an opportunity to do that right now, as he has Sheamus in the corner. Sheamus countering though, and now Van Dam on the top rope. Sheamus with a big right hand and another one. But Van Dam with a counter. He's going to go off the top rope. Oh, beautiful move. Down goes Sheamus. Can RVD get the cover and make it 2 in a row? No, he cannot. As Mark Henry breaks it up. This is a close match right now. It's certainly in the balance, as we thought Team Sheamus were going to run away with this. But RVD and Sabu, to their credit, have done enough to stay in it. Sabu now in the legal man. Sabu going to send Sheamus into the corner again. More quick tags, perhaps. Yes, there it is. That's a great way to keep the advantage going. Keep each other fresh. And we saw this earlier. This time, Sheamus is on the receiving end of it as Van Dam flies into the corner. The big offense there on Sheamus. Now Mark Henry gets himself involved and breaks up the count. He realized that it is certainly a big point in this matchup. He has to try and avoid losing Sheamus at this point, because if he loses Sheamus, it becomes a 2-on-1 handicap match, even though Mark Henry is the size of 2 men. But certainly he's going to run out of steam, perhaps, certainly trying to outpace and keep up with Van Dam and Sabu. And that's something that you have to think about. You know, the two different styles here. Sheamus the brawler, Mark Henry the powerhouse. And these two high flyers of Sheamus and RVD, if they can keep the style to that high, quick-paced matchup is certainly going to test the stamina and test how much is left in the tank of Mark Henry and Sheamus. Sheamus rolling out of harm's way, and a kick to the midsection. There is Sabu. And you'd have to say at the moment, RVD and Sabu teaming up really well together right now. Things are starting to gel nicely. As now Sabu, we saw this with Dreamer before, now RVD is going to hit the powerbomb. Beautiful move again. Some beautiful stuff here by Team RVD. And that's enough to put Sheamus away. The powerbomb, the Hurricane Runner into the powerbomb was enough to put Sheamus away. And now it's 2-on-1. Henry all alone. He has Rob Van Dam and Sabu to deal with. Can Henry do it? Can Henry be the sole survivor and win this match? Wait just a damn minute. Henry off the top. The suplex. Oh my goodness. The amount of weight just getting drilled into the mat just then. Ridiculous. And it's enough to put RVD away. And Sabu making a crucial mistake. Perhaps sensing that RVD was probably going to kick out. It didn't happen. And now Van Dam is eliminated. It's all down to Sabu versus Mark Henry. You'd have to say the odds are certainly not in Sabu's favor. Here we go. Sabu off the top. Is that going to be enough to put Henry away? The cover. No, Henry kicks out at 2.5. Who will be the sole survivor? Who's going to win it? Team Sheamus or Team Rob Van Dam? The team captains are both eliminated. It's now down to the surprise entrant of Sabu and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, to determine the winner of this one. Here to kick off Survivor Series here tonight. Sabu in control at the moment, surprisingly. Wait a minute, we saw this earlier. The Tornado DDT! There it is! Tornado DDT! But just like before, Sabu unable to capitalize. It took the wind out of him hitting that big move. Mark Henry still on his back. Beautiful move here by Sabu, and Henry, I think he had a foot on the ropes to allow the rope break and the pinfall not to occur. But Sabu still fighting, still in control. Henry hasn't been able to get out of the blocks in this one-on-one confrontation. It's all been Sabu. And now Sabu, is he looking to go off the top again? Are we going to see it? Are we going to see the leg drop? Yes, we will! The leg drop! Sabu's going to do it! Sabu's going to do it! 2! Yes, he did! Sabu has done it! Team Rob Van Dam has just defeated Sheamus. Sabu pulling off the impossible and pinning Mark Henry one-on-one. Dreamer was the first to go, followed up by Kane, followed up by Sheamus, then Rob Van Dam. It was down to Sabu and Henry. The leg drop off the top. Mark Henry was struggling that whole time in that one-on-one confrontation, and Sabu has done it. Sabu wins the match. Team Rob Van Dam gets the biscuits. They are going to come away with the victory tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And you'd have to say that's not going to be the end of Team Sheamus and Team Rob Van Dam just quite yet. You have to feel that Sheamus and RVD will go at it again at some point in the future. But Sabu has done enough, and Team Rob Van Dam get the win here tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our next matchup. And the Divas Championship is on the line, our first title match of Survivor Series. It is our champion, Paige, coming up against Brie Bella, one half of the Bella twins. Of course, Paige winning back the Divas Championship at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And the history of the Divas Championship suggests that the title has been tossed around a lot in recent times. It's a bit of a hot potato title here in Universe Mode. So can Paige solidify herself as the Divas Champion for a long time? She was starting to do that for a while until she did have a mishap against AJ Lee, losing the championship at Night of Champions. But hey, will her second reign be a little bit more successful? And here comes her challenger, Brie Bella. And this is the first time we've seen Brie Bella have an opportunity for the Divas Championship for quite some time. A former Divas Champion in her own right, but her Divas title reign didn't exactly last a long time. I believe that she only had the one-day title reign where she had to vacate the championship over due to the fact that, well, there's a couple of issues with it, little things here and there, but we'll say that she had an injury and she had to vacate the title due to injury, and she never really got an opportunity since to have a fair run at the championship. She's just been hanging around, never really gained a lot of momentum, and to the point where we thought, okay, Brie Bella is a legitimate opportunity, has a legitimate chance for the Divas Championship. It's been a while since we've considered Brie to be in that position, but in recent times, Brie Bella has been flying under the radar as a part of the Bella Twins. They've been picking up some tag team wins here and there. She went solo, and she did defeat Paige on a recent episode of Smackdown. And then we saw Brie Bella and Nikki Bella go at it one-on-one in a number 1 contenders match, and it was Brie picking up the victory. So one thing you guys may not be aware, this is a submission match. So it is the Paige's submission, the PTO, coming up against Brie's submission, the Yes Lock, as of course she has stolen, I would say, from her husband Daniel Bryan. But so this should be very interesting to see how this one goes about. We haven't seen a submission match amongst the Divas for quite some time, if ever. I can't really recall one. I'm sure there probably has been an instance where it has happened, but it's been a while, so we'll have to see how the strategies do change in this one. Pinfalls will not occur. So what kind of what kind of tactics will be employed here? Will Brie look to try and take out the arm of Paige? Will what is Paige going to try and do? She's going to look to try and hit the PTO early on and get it locked in, and there's going to be a lot of different factors in this match that make it very interesting indeed. But Paige, arguably the best diva right now in the division, certainly deserves to be the champion. And winning the Fatal 4-Way at Hell in a Cell was not an easy thing to do, with Natalya and Emma and AJ all proving themselves to be very, very good. And Paige followed it up with a one-on-one victory over AJ Lee to defend her championship. And luckily enough for Paige, AJ Lee was out of the title contention, because it truly has been AJ Lee beating everybody in the division right now. And a lot of you guys were saying that AJ Lee deserved another opportunity, and a lot of you guys are saying she had a shot, she failed, get in line. And that's exactly what happened to AJ. She had to get in line, and Brie Bella turned out to be the next diva in line for the opportunity for the Divas Championship. So we've seen Brie tagging up. We've seen that for quite some time. So will she be able to branch out again as a singles diva and look to become one of the top divas in the division? We'll have to wait and find out, as at the moment, even battle between the two divas right now. Paige is on her back, as a nice move there by Brie Bella. Back to her feet now is Paige. Paige looking to, take down Brie. And she still has a hold of that left hand. And a couple of elbow shots there to Brie. And, wait a minute, submission hold already. Submission. We know this is the only way to win this match. Is Brie going to tap out? No, she's not. And rope breaks will occur. Disqualifications, I believe, are ineffective. Do not quote me on that. It still might occur, but we do know that rope breaks are a pivotal point in this matchup. So getting yourself disqualified isn't probably a smart idea anyway. So Brie went for a submission of her own, but Paige was right close to those ropes, and that's one of the things you have to realize. If you are going to go for the submission, you have to get your opponent as in the middle of the ring as you can, because if they are close to the ropes, if they can crawl there, they can reach out, you're going to force the rope break, and the submission hold will be void. You need to make sure that if you hit your best shot, you hit it in the middle of the ring. And now Brie, big kick right to the skull of Paige. Is that enough to keep Paige down? Is that going to be the opening point for Brie to try and get her submission applied? Wait a minute, here we go. She's got it locked in. The Yes Lock. The Yes Lock. Paige is in a lot of trouble. Paige is in a world of trouble right now. But can she get out of it? Yes, she can. She stays alive, staying in this matchup. And now Brie, unable to capitalize, as Paige trying to counter, trying to keep herself in it, and a big headbutt. Down goes Brie Bella. And because it is a submission matchup, Nikki Bella unable to join us here in this matchup as well. So Brie having to do it all alone tonight. Very close submission and counter going on right now. Brie very close to the ropes, couldn't reach out, but Paige realized it was probably the submission hold may have been slipping, the grip might have been slipping away, and so she decided to release the hold. And Paige Turner! Paige Turner to Brie Bella. Pinfalls do not count though. So while she hit her best shot, it's going to be ineffective. And now what? Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, there you go. There it is, the Rampage. But she has to try and find a submission hold. She's got it in now, a half crab. Can Brie get to the rope? She's close. Getting closer. Crawling. Gets there. Brie forces the break. Stays alive in this matchup. And now rolling out of harm's way. Oh, what a slap there by Brie. Paige against the ropes. And this is trouble for Paige, who gets sent to the outside. And now Brie Bella. Beautiful move there on Paige. Wait a minute, Brie Bella. What's she thinking here? She's gonna fly. She flies, pushes Paige out of her way. Big move there by Brie Bella, and that could be just the move she needs to take advantage and look to put Paige away. She suffered two of Paige's best moves. She's probably in a bad position right now, but she may be able to turn it all around with a big move just like that. Now Paige is back in the ring, forced there by Brie, and an elbow shot as well to follow it up. So Brie Bella back in control of this one. We saw Paige certainly looking likely to win this one, but she made a mistake going for the half crab where Brie was very close to the ropes, and that mistake may cost her, as Brie is now taking advantage with a nice double drop kick there to the head. Very low indeed drop kick, but still very effective. And now Brie again working away on that arm. That's a really good idea to try and force the submission hold. Paige is in trouble. She just has to reach to her side, but her vision may be blinded here. She may not be exactly sure where she is, but she's very close to the ropes, and Brie forces the break. Paige still in this matchup, barely though. She's struggling, but she's still in it. And wait a minute, Paige, snap suplex there. Paige has hit a lot of good moves, but has not really hit a very good submission hold yet that's looked likely to win this matchup, and that's truly been her big problem. She needs to try and hit that PTO, needs to try and win this one. And wait a minute, Brie off the top. Nice move again. Whereas Brie's got the yes lock in before, and now she may be looking to get it in again. And here we go. She's got the arm. She's in the middle of the ring. Paige is in a lot of trouble. Middle of the ring, she's got a tap. New Divas champion. Brie Bella is our new Divas champion. Brie Bella has reclaimed the Divas Championship after a long hiatus, a long time without the belt. She's done it. She finally comes away with a victory, and that could be one of her best wins in her career to date. Submission match. It was a close contest, could have went either way, but Brie Bella was good enough in this match to win and make Paige tap the yes lock. Her husband Daniels used it to much success. Now Brie Bella using it in her own right, coming away with the win. New Divas champion, Brie Bella is her name, and that is going to be a huge upset in my eyes. I definitely thought Paige, despite having that loss at Night of Champions, she came back, won the title again, and I thought Paige was on track to be one of the longest reigning Divas champions in the history of Universe Mode. Unable to do it as Brie Bella takes the title off her again, and once again Hot Potato is the Divas Championship, but Brie, our new Divas Champion. So we get ready to move on to our next matchup. Alright ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our World Tag Team Championship matchup. Here are our champions, the Usos, and they'll be taking on their bitter rivals in the Wyatt family. And I tell you what, this has been a rivalry that's been going on for 3 pay-per-views now, and tonight we may finally find out which team is the better, because it's currently 1 apiece. And we'll get into the details in a moment, but the Usos coming out now, and very impressive recent months for them. They've been on the rise. They've struggled for a long time here in Universe Mode, and they went a long period of time without getting a victory. They could not buy a win to save themselves, but hey, ever since about Money in the Bank and then on, they've found what's been missing, and they've turned it all around, and now they're looking as though they could be one of the better tag teams here in Universe Mode. They are the tag team champions. They have the right to call themselves the best here on Smackdown, but I think this team in the Wyatt family may have something to say about that. Here comes Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and their leader, Bray Wyatt, in front of them. Of course, Bray Wyatt will be in action later on himself. He'll be in the 6-man Survivor Series tag team match for Team Jericho, who will be taking on Team Undertaker. But for now, Bray Wyatt is on managerial duties, and he'll be coming out to support his family, Rowan and Harper, who lost their tag team titles at the recent Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. This is their rematch clause they're invoking, looking to try and take down the Usos one more time. Are they able to do it? Was Hell in a Cell a fluke victory? We'll find out as Bray Wyatt gets ready blows out the lights. Here we go. This one's underway. Eric Rowan and Jey Uso to kick this one off. And look, this one all started at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. We saw the Usos on the rise, as we mentioned a moment ago. The Usos managed to get themselves in title contention. They've done enough to get themselves a shot of the tag titles, and they were unsuccessful. And you might be thinking, well, why do they get another opportunity? Why do they get another shot if they failed? It's a good question, because what happened at that Night of Champions match was brutal. It was absolutely mesmerizing. What the Wyatt family did to Jimmy Uso was unbelievable, because they just put on a tag team clinic. They continuously attacked Jimmy Uso over and over and over again, to the point where Jimmy Uso had broken ribs. He was out. Jimmy Uso was not good. He got destroyed, and they finished him off. It was over, and the Usos lost. They lost their first title shot, and it was no good. So you probably were thinking, well, why did they get another opportunity? It was because Jey Uso, he didn't wait back for Jimmy to come back. He went out there and did his stuff as a singles guy. And he kept fighting and fighting and fighting for his brother. He wanted to get revenge. He wanted to get his team an opportunity at the tag titles again. And he had to keep winning. And that's exactly what he did. He managed to defeat the Wyatts in singles action, and he just kept on winning. It was amazing. It truly was just fighting for his family. And it was a beautiful story when, we saw Jimmy come back and Jey. They teamed up again at Hell in a Cell. It was Jimmy's return. They teamed up and they managed to defeat the Wyatt family. It was a much more even contest that time. And I have to say, I was kind of surprised that the Usos managed to do it. Big super kick there by Jey Uso to Luke Harper. The cover now. Early on though, and he won't get the count. But it was very interesting to see that the Usos were able to do it. I was very surprised. I honestly thought the Wyatts were going to come back and finish the job. Maybe they'll put Jey Uso on the shelf as well as Jimmy Uso. But, Jimmy was not 100%. We all knew that. But I tell you what, he was good enough. He was good enough to fight and still stay in there. And I believe he got the pinfall victory. And he guided his team to victory. So it was very impressive from Jimmy Uso. And I've got to say that the Usos, ever since maybe Night of Champions, with Jey fighting and, staying alive, the Usos have been nearly unbeatable because, they just keep on winning, they keep on fighting. They realize that some stiff competition here in Universe Mode, here on Smackdown, they have to keep fighting to stay alive. And Jimmy Uso now tagged in this match. Big splash off the top. Is that enough to put Luke Harper away early on in this match? This could be it. And Eric Rowan comes in there to try and break things up. He realized that the urgency of the situation. Oh, Luke Harper went for a decapitating clothesline then, not able to get it, as Jimmy Uso will send Harper into the corner, maybe looking for a tag, not going to get it, and Luke Harper scurries away to his corner to bring in Eric Rowan. He realized that, look, I've suffered a bit of damage here, that big splash at the top, I need to get myself out of there. And there's a stiff headbutt, and that's certainly a head you do not want to clash with. Eric Rowan, not much brains, just all skull up in that head. But there you go. Jimmy Uso still fighting away. Uh-oh, Samoan drop there. Beautiful move by Jimmy Uso. Could be enough to put Eric Rowan away. Can he get to the cover? He's not going to go for it. He's going to work away on the legs. Not a bad idea to try and ground the big men. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso, very high-flying style. They like to keep the pace quickened, so if you can slow down Eric Rowan and keep him grounded, you can hit those big moves off the top pretty comfortably without having to worry all that much. Now a tag has been made. In comes Jey Uso. And Eric Rowan, he's not going to get a tag though. So it's going to be Jey and Eric going at it one more time. Nice snapmare. Takes him down. Follows up with a beautiful move as well. So, look, the Usos... Oh, wait a minute, cover here. Of course, Naomi is joining the Usos ringside. If you didn't realize already, the wife of Jimmy Uso. She's trying to support Jimmy here in his endeavors to try and keep these tag titles. But there's a nice move there by Jimmy Uso. Another elbow drop here. So, other than the Wyatt family, I don't know who's going to be the next team to step up to take on the Usos if they do retain their titles. Obviously, if the Usos win tonight, that will put the Wyatts at the back of the line. So the Wyatts will have to be waiting for a while to get another opportunity. They'll have to reassess and regroup to see what they can do next. But, what else? Who else is there going to be? We've seen the Primetime Players be tag champs before. Nice crossbody up the top there by Jey Uso. And Eric Rowan going to be whipped into the corner. So we've seen the primetime players. They've been very hit and miss. They've been tag team champions before. Before that, we saw Mysterio. They've been one of the better teams here in Universe Mode as well. But they just broke up. Rey Mysterio no longer in action. He's officially retired from Universe Mode. So he's gone. So I don't know who's next. I mean, will we need to see a new tag team on the horizon? We saw Adam Rose and Bo Dallas team up. I think we might be calling them the Inspirational Express. I'm not sure. I think that might be the name I'm going with. And Miz and Mizdow, they've been pretty poor, to say the least. They haven't really set the world on fire. Los Matadors exactly the same, so not a lot happening here. Here we go. Oppo off the top. He flew in the air. Nice tag team work. Could be enough to put him down and get the cover and win this one and retain their tag team titles. Here we go. Eric Rowan, he's coming though. Don't get too excited. Eric Rowan breaks it up. So it is, I think, is that Jimmy Uso in there? I believe it is. I may be wrong. I think it is Jimmy Uso. So Jimmy Uso, beautiful move there. He hit the Samoan drop. The nice tag team work here by the Usos. Trying to take a page out of the Wyatt family's book. Of course, you go back to Night of Champions where the tag team work was clinical. Now the Usos are trying to repeat the same and keep one member isolated. And perhaps Luke Harper is going to be that guy. So Harper needs to try and get himself out of there. Maybe try and find a tag. Some more double team work now. Both men are in the ring. One's going to go out, and here comes nice crossbody at the second rope again. There by Jimmy Uso, another pinfall attempt, and Rowan coming again. He realizes this is a tough time for Harper, and the tag titles are certainly in the balance right now. As Harper, if he can get the tag, he can immediately change the course of this one, but if not, it could be lights out for the Wyatt family. Beautiful move there by Luke Harper. There's an opening to go for the tag. He's not going to. He's going to go for the cover instead, and he's going to get the 1 count. Tag titles on the line right now, as there's a beautiful move there from Luke Harper. Because I say that because at the right time of this one, he needed to get the hell out of there, and he did. And here comes the tag. We saw this one earlier on. Now it's time to see another Uso fly. There's Jey Uso off the top. Big splash. Luke Harper, has he got enough left in the tank to break it up? He does. Just the 1 count. So we discussed this one earlier on. What you have to do is you have to get your other opponent out of there. If you need to take out the non-legal man, and you have to try and keep him down so you can get an opportunity to get the 3 count. Here we go again. Another Samoa drop inbound. This time it's Jimmy Uso. I think he hit the first one. So Jimmy Uso again. Nice move by these two men. The referee, a bit of a slow count, and Luke Harper easily able to get in there before a count really got started. The referee very slow on that occasion there, so I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he took a ref bump either, so he shouldn't be down for 20 minutes. So there you go, nice crossbody again. So the Usos sticking to the same repertoire right now. Big super kick, and I think that's busted Eric Rowan up at the same time. That was right on the button. And another pinfall attempt. This time the referee got down there a little bit quicker. Maybe he was cramping up before, I don't know. But he's okay now. He's getting to the count, but it was not enough as Luke Harper got himself in there. And now Eric Rowan back in the corner again. Another tag. No. Eric Rowan countering, and he's going to hightail the hell out of there as well. In comes Luke Harper. So the Wyatt family is struggling right now. It really is all the Usos. The Usos in complete control. But of course this can change at a blink of an eye. And this could be changing right now. Big move there. Slamming down. I think that's Jimmy Uso in there. This is Luke Harper. What can he do? Not a lot, because he's going to get set into the corner. Another tag now. Tag team clinic is occurring, and we're going to see this Samoan drop again. And this is really taking a page out of the Wyatt family's book. We saw the Wyatts double team over and over and over. Now the Usos are doing the same. Another slow count there by the referee. Jeez, that referee's inconsistent. Luke Harper now. Back into the corner again. It's just been clinical. Now it's really a textbook tag team work we've seen from the Usos. They've certainly learned from the masters of the tag team work, the former tag team champions in the Wyatt family. Another Samoan drop. Harper sent down again. Now they're alternating who hits the drop too. Really good stuff here from the Usos. And we might be seeing it again as... Oh, wait a minute. Harper was going to go into the corner. And I don't know if you noticed. I think... Oh, wait a minute. Samoan drop. Another one now from the Uso. I think that's Jey Uso in there. No, it might be Jimmy. I apologize. And Rowan breaks it up again. Luke Harper in a lot of trouble. The Wyatt family are in a lot of trouble. The Usos may be walking out here as tag champions. Maybe retaining here. Nice side suplex again. Both team members are down though. Who's going to get to their feet first? Jimmy Uso or Luke Harper? Who's going to get to the tag? Crawling to the corner. Here we go. Eric Rowan now in this match. Is this the point that this match turns? Rowan taking down Jimmy, takes down Jey. Here we go. Is this where Eric Rowan turns the tide? No, it's not. Russian leg sweep. Down goes Eric Rowan. And we just thought that this one was going to turn around in a blink of an eye. Oh, Luke Harper sent to the outside. Rowan into the corner. Where's his partner though? Jey Uso still not there. Doesn't need him now. Knee to the midsection. Rowan's down, but Jimmy just capitalized there. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he lost his train of thought, decided he was going to do something different. But he changed moves at a very strange time. He's going to do it again. He's going to set it up this time. No, he's not. I don't know. What's Jimmy trying to do here? I don't know. Okay, but he's going to get Rowan back up to his feet. Send him into the corner again. And again, he's going to need him in the next session and put him down. He still hasn't figured out what he's going to do yet. I think he might be waiting for Jey to get back to the ropes. I don't know where he is at the moment. A nice elbow drop now. He still has the momentum. Harper coming in. 2. Breaks it up. But Jimmy Uso in control of this one. The Wyatt family struggling. It's just, I think it might be a foregone conclusion at the moment. Another counter there by Jimmy Uso. Jeez, he's doing everything. Oh, I thought he was going to fly. He's not going to. Oh! Kick to the midsection. But has he got enough left in the tank? That could have costed him, but he didn't. And now the tag. That's exactly what they did not want. The tag now. In comes Luke Harper. And Jimmy Uso, he had this one won. Oh, wait a minute, the counter. The shoulders down, 2. Yes, he got it. He got it. The Usos have retained the tag team titles. Just like that, we saw the Usos. We saw them in complete control. And a tag, we thought, okay, Luke Harper coming in. The Usos are going to lose that momentum, but they didn't because the beautiful move got the shoulders down and he was close to the ropes. Did not matter as the Usos have retained their tag team titles. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We saw the Usos put on a really textbook performance tonight. The Wyatt family just could not hang with the Usos. The World Tag Team Champions are still the Usos. What a victory from these teams. I mean, the Wyatt family, they dominated a majority of the year as the best tag team, but now it's time for them to move aside and let the Usos take that throne because the Usos are definitely number 1 here in Universe mode. There's no disputing that. And the Usos are dominating SmackDown. Who's going to be the next tag team to come up against the Usos for their tag titles? We're going to find out in the next pay-per-view. But for now, it's time to move on to our next matchup. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be for the United States Championship. United States Championship is on the line as our US Champion Dolph Ziggler comes out to defend against Daniel Bryan. Tonight, Dolph Ziggler, he's been the champion for quite some time now. Ever since SummerSlam, he defeated the current WWE Champion Seth Rollins to win the championship. So a pretty good victory there by Dolph Ziggler. And ever since, he's been dominating the US title scene. And of course, last pay-per-view, he did defeat Sheamus. He's also managed to knock off Roman Reigns as well for that title. So Dolph Ziggler truly is the best we have right now for this US Championship division. But this man, Daniel Bryan, a lot of you guys have been begging him to get an opportunity at the WWE title. He's missed out, but tonight he has an opportunity for the United States Championship. And Bryan himself has actually been in very good form. He's dropped a couple of matches, but for the most part, he's been knocking off everybody there is to beat and has earned the right. He beat Kane last week to get himself an opportunity for the US Championship on the previous episode of Monday Night Raw. And now Bryan will face Ziggler tonight, and this is surely going to be a clinic of a matchup. US Championship is on the line. Bryan has yet to be United States Champion. We'll see if he can do it here tonight. I don't know. Has Bryan been a champion other than tag team champion here in Universe Mode? I don't recall. So Bryan has certainly missed out here in Universe Mode. He's been one of the underachieving superstars here, and I think this is a good opportunity for him to kind of turn that all around. Dolph Ziggler was pretty similar as well. Ziggler kind of underachieved for quite some time, but ever since winning the United States Championship, he's turned that all around. You know, he's been in and amongst the world title division over on SmackDown. He moved over to Raw, and he kind of floated around for a little bit before he found his groove, and now he's certainly dominating right now. He's very impressive week after week, Ziggler. He's beating everyone. A nice power slam there by Ziggler to kick this one off. And like we said, Bryan, very underachieving. He has not achieved all that much. Tag team champion with Kane at the beginning of Universe Mode, and that was a long time ago. But ever since, you know, he's had opportunities, he's had chances, but he's just kind of been peaking at the wrong times. You know, we saw Bryan, he has never really, I don't think he's had a one-on-one match for the world title yet. And, I mean, he had one for the world title on SmackDown at Over the Limit, I believe, last year. But when he started to really gain momentum and really impress us and really prove that he is worthy of being a champion, he hasn't had a fair one-on-one opportunity, especially being on Raw. So many of us have said that Bryan probably could use the change over to SmackDown. You know, Bryan has never really accomplished much here on Raw, and he's still waiting. We're still waiting for Bryan to step up into that role. We're still waiting for Bryan to finally come away and become a champion. But it's been a long wait, and Bryan just been very inconsistent. At times he's looking good, at times he's looking impressive, but other times he just can't find a win. He just can't win the big one, and that's really been the problem for Daniel Bryan. And I don't know if he's going to be good enough to move into that spot where we can start to say that Bryan is going to be the man here in Universe Mode. Now, and I said before, he kind of peaked at the wrong time, because when he was starting to get rolling, starting to really look good, the champion was Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar was in the most dominant run we've ever seen in Universe Mode. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it. And then we saw Randy Orton, his rise to the top on Raw. So Bryan has really been in a bad situation. You know, he's been here on Raw at a couple of bad times. He's really needed to, I don't know, I just guess he's had some tough opponents to try and take down. And I think Bryan, if he moves to SmackDown, it's not going to get much easier with Jericho, Taker, Punk, Lesnar, Batista over there. It's going to be tough. I think his best chances are here on Raw, which is why he's remained here on Raw. And those elbow drops there by Dolph Ziggler are looking good in the early stages of this one. You know, so his best chances are here on Raw, but I just get the feeling that even though he's looking good here on Raw, it could be for a short period of time, because of that inconsistency we've grown to know from Daniel Bryan here in Universe Mode. But Dolph Ziggler looking very good at the moment, just sending Bryan over the top there. And he's going to continue to work away on Daniel Bryan. Hit those beautiful elbow drops before. And now what's he got planned here? Uh-oh. Here we go. Ziggler. Oh, snapmare. That is not very nice for the neck of Daniel Bryan. We know he's had neck problems. And now looking to stay alive in this one with the kick out. Nice shot there by Bryan to Ziggler. And big kick to the skull of Daniel Bryan. And so for Dolph Ziggler, though, you know, is this US Championship going to be the stepping stone for Dolph Ziggler to finally step up into the main event? You know, we've seen Ziggler, he's had a couple of chances to really move in there, but he's never been able to capitalize. So Dolph Ziggler being US Champion right now, we saw what happened to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was the US Champion for a couple of months. He lost to Ziggler, but he went ahead, he started winning and winning and winning. He beat the top guys there is to beat. So he started to beat the right guys. And we saw Seth Rollins from there move into the WWE Championship division. And he won. He won the championship and still is the champion. He's been a champion for a couple of months now. So are we going to see the same from Dolph Ziggler? Perhaps. You know, the US Championship is certainly a stepping stone for a lot of guys. You know, some guys have moved on to other things. We saw Big E, he was the US Champion for a long time, and he went on to be Tag Team Champion. So he also remain successful. We saw Bray Wyatt be the US champion for a while, and then he went over to Smackdown and become the Intercontinental champion. So the US champion here in Universe Mode has been very successful for a lot of guys. And certainly in recent times, the US Championship has really meant that if you are the US Champion, you are on the cusp of becoming the next main eventer here on Monday Night Raw. So Dolph Ziggler has the opportunity to do that, as does Daniel Bryan if he does win it here tonight, as he's unsuccessful in pinning Dolph Ziggler there. It's a nice kick out from Ziggler. Big shot there by Ziggler. Back and forth affair right now as Ziggler... Oh, face first, down goes Daniel Bryan. So Ziggler now in control of this match, you'd have to say. But Bryan hanging in there. Cover again. 2. Bryan in trouble. A late kick out there. Oh, jeez, he almost had it. Bryan using up all the time that he has to stay there, perhaps recover. And he kicks out at 2 and maybe 2 3/4. Oh, DDT there by Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler with the DDT. Now with the cover. He's close to the ropes. Won't enforce the rope break. But it doesn't matter because he kicks out on his own accord anyways. But both men back to their feet. Daniel Bryan in a little bit of trouble now that Ziggler's hit that DDT. The knee to the midsection. So Ziggler in control of this one. Bryan has to try and find something. Dig deep, stay alive. Oh, here we go. Sleeper hold applied. And he's got it locked in really good. The sleeper hold. He's in a lot of trouble, Bryan. Is he going to tap out? Is he going to pass out? He's going, yes, he's tapped. Daniel Bryan has tapped out. The sleeper hold has won the match for Dolph Ziggler, and he has retained his United States Championship. Oh, wow. Dolph Ziggler, 3 times in a row now. And he's becoming one of the best US champions we've seen here in Universe Mode. Can he keep it going into the new year, which is rapidly approaching? And as for Daniel Bryan, another opportunity, another failure. Daniel Bryan, he just has to reassess, regroup, rethink. What's his next move? What can he do? I don't know. What can Daniel Bryan do to overcome this drought of victories? You know, he's gaining momentum, but it's just leading to nothing for him. And he has to try and find the reason for this and try and come back. And perhaps Dolph Ziggler will be the man he challenges again sometime soon. Maybe he'll try and go after Seth Rollins. I don't know. But Dolph Ziggler has won it again, 3 times in a row. Ziggler is in red-hot form. And I tell you what, I don't know who's going to beat Ziggler, but whoever's going to be the next challenger better be damn good, because Dolph Ziggler is certainly damn good. Big victory there by Dolph Ziggler. And now we have a big match coming up next. The Rock, Randy Orton, for the 4th time here in Universe Mode. #1 contendership spot is on the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one on the show. This is the #1 contender match for the WWE Championship. The winner will face the winner of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at an upcoming show. Whether it's on Raw, whether it's on the pay-per-view, we don't know. But in the future, the winner of this match will get an opportunity for the WWE Championship. And this man, The Rock, coming out. He was the People's Champion. We thought he was going to be the Authority's Champion. But it turns out he's The Rock's champion. It's all about The Rock now. He doesn't care what people think of him. He doesn't care whether they cheer or boo him. He's just going out there to try and accomplish his goals. And he did that when he defeated Randy Orton, the man that he faces tonight. He defeated Randy Orton at SummerSlam to win the championship, the WWE Championship, for the first time in his career. And now The Rock is looking to turn it all around. He's been in a bit of a bad patch. But because of the fact that he and this man, Randy Orton, did not get a fair one-on-one rematch to invoke their rematch clause, it's been decided that they deserve another opportunity. And tonight they'll battle it out with the winner getting the next chance for the WWE Championship. Here comes Randy Orton. Of course, he lost the championship to The Rock at SummerSlam. The Rock lost his championship at Night of Champions to Seth Rollins. So both men are looking to stay in the hunt for the championship. They both had an opportunity. I mean, Randy Orton had a rematch clause at Night of Champions in a Fatal 4-Way. The Rock had his rematch clause in a 6-man Hell in a Cell match. So, pretty tough conditions to try and win back your championship. And this has been one of the most historic rivalries in the history of Universe Mode. This one's gone back a long, long way. I mean, the first time these guys met was over a year ago at Vengeance in their Hell in a Cell match. That was probably the best match we've ever seen here in Universe Mode. An absolute classic of a match. I absolutely loved it. It's still my favorite match here in Universe Mode, where The Rock put Randy Orton on the shelf for a number of months. And of course, it was at Survivor Series last year that we saw Randy Orton and The Rock go at it for the second time, when Randy Orton made his return after being retired or forced to leave the company by The Rock. So Randy Orton returned at Survivor Series, where he teamed up with The Authority. They defeated The Rock's team, and then we saw Randy Orton and The Rock go at it for the second time in a one-on-one matchup at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which saw Randy Orton put up his Royal Rumble winning opportunity, his WrestleMania main event opportunity on the line against The Rock, and Randy Orton managed to defeat The Rock on that occasion. And then The Rock, he basically said, "I'm done, I quit, I'm finished." And we didn't see The Rock until a few weeks before SummerSlam, when The Rock made his return and he defeated Randy Orton at SummerSlam. So a number of matches throughout this historic rivalry between these two men. They put on an absolute clinic over the years, and now they're going at it one more time to determine who will be the next man to get the opportunity for the WWE Championship. So it really is all on the line. There's always something big behind these matches, which is probably why they are so fantastic to watch. The Rock now has Randy Orton in the middle of the ring, going for a neck breaker. Does hit it successfully as Randy Orton is sent down. So The Rock in control in the opening stage of this one, going for a cover. Doesn't get there as he kicks out at one. So it's really, it's 2-1 at the moment, with The Rock having the upper hand over Randy Orton. So you'd have to say that Randy Orton wants to get this one, not just to get himself an opportunity at the WWE Championship, but to have the bragging rights over The Rock. He doesn't want The Rock to have won this rivalry, have to won this feud, to have a 2-1 advantage over Randy Orton. I'm sure that kind of annoys him and haunts him a little bit, because Randy Orton just has so much disdain and so much hatred for The Rock. And now, one more opportunity for Randy Orton to get his hands on The Rock. I'm sure he's enjoying it as he's hitting those knee drops to the skull of The Rock right now. So if Randy Orton wins, it will be 2 apiece. If The Rock wins, it'll be a blowout, 3-1, baby. So The Rock, he's looking to try and get himself back in the title hunt. And, you know, look, The Rock has struggled. Randy Orton has yet to beat Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is the new bogey opponent for Randy Orton. Randy Orton cannot beat Seth Rollins. They've faced 3-4 times. Seth Rollins has won every single occasion. So even if Randy Orton does win tonight, he's going to have a hell of a match coming up against Seth Rollins. I think Randy Orton will be crossing his fingers that Roman Reigns is the man that actually goes ahead and wins that one, because I know for a fact that Randy Orton, he does not really want to face Seth Rollins right now, considering that the record that these two men have against one another. Whereas The Rock, we haven't really seen him face either man so far. We saw The Rock defeat Roman Reigns on Raw a couple of weeks ago, so I guess The Rock, he might be thinking a little bit more, he might be wanting Roman Reigns to win himself. So I think both men probably hoping for a Roman Reigns victory tonight to try and have a better chance of beating the WWE Champion and winning back the championship at a future date. Nice leg sweep there. Down goes The Rock as Randy Orton is in control of this one. And following it up with a nice elbow dropped to the head of the Rock's champion. It's kind of strange to be calling him the Rock's champion, after knowing him for such a long time as the People's Champion. Of course, he was a part of Team People at the Survivor Series pay-per-view last year, which was the 6-man elimination tag team match on that occasion, and that was certainly a classic match as well. So these guys, like I said, so many classic matches, and it's good to see these guys go at it one more time as The Rock sent down by Randy Orton. And how much do these guys have left in the tank? You know, they've had to face off in some big matches. You know, Fatal 4-Way, Hell in a Cell, now this one again, and each week they've been going at it. You know, how much more do these guys have left in the tank? Because at the moment, you know, they've really had to endure a lot of hardship in recent months. Here we go, inside Cradle, 2, no, counters it. Well, The Rock's going for it now. Counters again. Now it's Orton. No, he kicks out at 2.5. Very, very close there. And Randy almost had The Rock. The Rock almost had Randy. And then Randy almost had The Rock again. So very nice little sequence there as The Rock is sent into the corner for good measure. And Randy, nice little knee. But Randy really utilizing those knees and those elbows at the moment to get the upper hand on The Rock. Perhaps that's a strategy that Randy Orton has employed in this one, and we haven't seen Randy really do that all that much. Oh, nice little, wow, belly-to-belly suplex there from The Rock, showing his power and strength. Beautiful move there by The Rock, stomping away on Randy Orton, who's had enough. back to his feet. Here we go. Orton, clothesline, another one. Uh-oh, The Rock's in trouble. Power slam to perfection. The cover should be it. 2, it's over. No, he kicks out at 2.5. Man, that was very close again. Randy Orton in control. The Rock has to watch out because you know Randy Orton, he's fired up. Uh-oh. Randy Orton in trouble. We're going to see it. Vintage Orton with the DDT. Michael Cole stole your line, but there it is. That could be enough to win this one, be the next #1 contender. He kicks out at 2. Randy Orton can't put The Rock away just quite yet, but has he got that one big move left in him? We know what's coming, and uh-oh, it might be coming right now. Here we go. Rock's in trouble. RKO. RKO. It's busted him open as well. 2. Yes, he's got it. The Rock cannot beat Randy Orton tonight. Randy Orton makes it 2 apiece. Randy Orton is the new #1 contender for the WWE Championship. And it was a very close match, but Randy Orton blew it out at the end. Some beautiful moves, and Randy Orton, a well-deserving victory for him. And it's a big victory for Randy because he's been struggling. You know, obviously Seth Rollins beating him on a number of occasions, but Randy will have one more shot for the WWE Championship. The former WWE Champion Randy Orton himself looking to get back his championship, which he lost at SummerSlam. It's been a long couple of months for Randy. It's been hard for him. And is he ready to come back into the title picture? We'll wait and find out, but for now, we'll move on to our next matchup. Okay, it's time to put the tag team titles on the line for Monday Night Raw's tag team champions. It is the Ascension. And they'll be putting their titles on the line that they just won at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. They'll be putting them on the line against the former tag team champions of the New Day. Here they are, the Ascension, one of the new tag teams on the block here on Monday Night Raw. And straight away, do they make an impact or what? They won the tag titles from the New Day at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and they're looking to hold on to them for the future going forward. They were unsure who was going to face them in this matchup. We didn't know if it was going to be Cesaro and Kid, Zayn and Neville, or the New Day, but as it turned out, it was the New Day who did fend off Zayn and Neville to get themselves an opportunity to cash in their rematch clause. So here is the Ascension. Jeez, they have been very dominant. I tell you what, they are certainly a force to be reckoned with here on Monday Night Raw. Do not take them lightly, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be a huge task for the New Day to overcome here tonight. And here comes one half of the New Day right now, Kofi Kingston. Boom, there you go. Kofi Kingston and Big E, the New Day, will be taking on the Ascension tonight. And the New Day, geez, they've been very surprising, but very good. We've said it many times that they've always flying under the radar. We don't expect too much of them, but they still continue to win and win. But tonight, this is going to be a very tough task for them. They were not able to win at Hell in a Cell. They lost their tag team titles, but now can they do it again? Can they finally beat the Ascension and get themselves an opportunity for this tag team to be the tag team champions? And here we go. It's going to be Victor and Kofi Kingston kicking this one off. And Xavier Woods, of course, joining us ringside as well to support the New Day. And the New Day is sporting some new attire, the green and grey tonight. Normally they rock the blue and the blue and grey, I believe it is. I forget, so I'm a bad memory. But the New Day looking good anyways. As it's a good start from Kofi Kingston. And, Kofi Kingston, the Big E, single success has been surrounding them their whole Universe Mode careers. Kofi Kingston, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion. Big E, multiple-time United States Champion, including the longest-reigning United States Champion in the history of Universe Mode, just for good measure. So these guys know what it takes. They know what it takes to be successful. They know what it takes to be a champion. And they were, of course, tag team champions for a couple of months there as well. So the New Day, they are certainly, like I said, they're very surprising when they win. But should we be surprised? Because they are so good on paper. They've done it all. And now Connor entering this one. Nice neck breaker there by Kofi Kingston, who's going to look for a tag perhaps. He's thinking about it. He does. Big E enters this one. And now Big E and Connor. Here we go. Big E clotheslining. Down goes Connor. Cover, but foot on the ropes, so it's going to be irrelevant as the rope break does occur. So Monday Night Raw has had a lot of good tag teams coming through, compared to SmackDown. SmackDown, we don't have that many tag teams that we can see challenging for the tag titles. But for Raw, we've got Cesaro and Kid, Zayn and Neville, Gold and Stardust. Raw has been overflowing with great tag teams on the rise. So it's a very interesting equation right now for the two brands and for the tag team division. So certainly the Ascension, if they get through in the New Day tonight, it's not going to be long until they have to face Cesaro and Kid or Zayn and Neville, two very good tag teams. Golden Stardust, they are at the back of the line right now because they had an opportunity, they failed, but definitely they have been continuously winning as well. So don't write them off too soon as well. So we could see some different teams stepping up to try and take on the Ascension. And if the Ascension are good enough, they'll retain their titles, but it's going to be tough work. And they have to get through the New Day tonight anyway, so a very tough work in their own right. Here's the cover now. Big E trying to get rid of Connor. Not going to happen though as he kicks out. Big E waiting for Connor to get back to his feet. Nice shot there by Connor. And Big E, he's going to get the hell out of there. In comes Kofi, the high flyer. And like I said, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion. Yet to win singles gold here in Raw, but... oh, nice leg sweep there. But yet to win singles gold here on Raw, but on SmackDown he was very successful. I mean, you go back to the long-standing feud he had with Wade Barrett. That was fantastic, you know. Wade Barrett, multiple-time IC champion in his own right. He and Kofi Kingston trading the belt back and forward. You know, they had a long-standing rivalry over a number of pay-per-views. You know, that was fantastic to see. So Kofi, ever since that kind of rivalry where Wade Barrett managed to finally put him away and go on to hold the championship for a long time in his own right, Kofi hasn't been all that successful in singles, but now transitioning into the tag team division. Beautiful move there, crossbody, could be in it. And it's not enough to put him away. Ever since transitioning back into the tag team division, Kofi Kingston's been very, very successful with the New Day. So I think Kingston's just need the right guy to team up with, and he's found that with Big E and Xavier Woods, their mouthpiece, doing the work as well. Nice move over the top. Kingston, a lot of trouble. It landed pretty badly on the neck there. And that could do a lot of damage to Kofi Kingston, who's down, who's struggling right now. And it's Victor looking to continue it. And now he's on the top rope. Not good for Kofi Kingston. Once Victor got planned, arm drag off the top. Beautiful move, an arm drag off the top. And that is putting a lot of pressure on Kofi Kingston already, who's struggling to get going in this one. But Kingston still fighting to his credit now. Who might be looking to get the tag. He needs to get one ASAP. And Kingston takes down Victor. Didn't get for the tag though. I think he really needs to try and think about tagging in. Maybe now's the chance he has. And he does. Here comes Big E, the power of the team. And there's some power in that. And there's no shots there from Kingston and Big E. And now the cover. Two. And oh, jeez, that was close. Very close there from Big E, who almost got Victor down and out. And now Victor, straight away, he realizes that he's in a bit of trouble. He's going to look for the tag. Doesn't get it, though. Wait a minute, what's he thinking about doing now? Looking, trying to grab onto Big E. Ooh, right hand there. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, what's he thinking about doing? I don't know. I thought he was going to fly. I don't know what he's trying to do. But he still has the momentum. He still has the control of this one, despite probably making a couple of mistakes there. Big E against the ropes now. Wait a minute, what the hell is he doing? Oh, here we go, springboard. Oh, springboard uppercut. Springboard uppercut there from Victor. That's a beautiful move. Perhaps he's been watching a bit of Cesaro in action in recent times, but that's a nice move there from Victor. And he's going to launch Big E into the corner now. And in comes the tag. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. We've seen this before. We saw this win the tag titles. Oh, the Faller Man. Beautiful tag team work. Surely that's going to be it. And he realized that Kofi Kingston had to get in there. Had to get in there to break it up and keep this one alive. And Big E, he's in trouble now. Jeez, they've got him isolated. They're dominating him right now. Another pinfall attempt. Kingston straight there, though. And he knows that this is trouble. He knows that his team is certainly in trouble in paradise. Yes, the pun was intended. And now Big E sends Connor into the corner. And now what's with Connor? He counters Big E. Just when Big E thought he was going to get some momentum. A cheap shot there from Victor as well. The tag again. Ascension in control. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to go for it again. Are they going to go for the Fallen Man again? Here we go. there it is again. Big E taking it for the second time. That's got to be it. It's over. 2. Oh, in the nick of time, Kingston. Kingston just keeping it alive. Xavier Woods watching on the outside. He's frustrated. Look at him. He's very frustrated. He realizes Big E's in a lot of trouble. And Victor is in control. Geez, the New Day. I think this could be lights out. I think the Ascension could be the team to beat right now. I think the New Day, they've been very good in their own right, but the Ascension just looked that one step better. The newcomers on the block, they haven't been around for all that long, but geez, they've made an impact in the immediate stages of their career. And Victor kicking out. And now the tag in comes Kingston. And that was a much needed tag there from Big E, who's, you see, he's struggling there. He's struggling. He's pretty happy now that Kingston hit that one now as the tides may have turned. And Connor breaks it up, keeping this one alive. Big E, what the hell is he doing? He's off the second rope, but I don't know what what are you trying to do, Big E? Okay, so he's doing it again. I think Big E, come on. What are you trying to do? And now Kingston, he's going to fly, but he misses. So I was too busy looking at Big E whilst Kingston was trying to fly to the top rope, and that could be the opening that the Ascension needs to keep Kingston grounded. Not going to happen with a nice counter there by Kofi Kingston. So the New Day back in this one. Just like that, we saw the New Day looking as though they were down and out, but they stay in it. And Big E, I don't think Kingston should be tagging Big E anytime soon because he's in a lot of trouble. And Kingston, what's he thinking about doing? Nice neck breaker now. As Woods watching on as well. He's not looking a little bit more calm now than he was about 2 minutes ago when he was looking, freaking out that the New Day was going to lose this one. And Ascension with Victor. Here we go, springboard. There we go again with the uppercut. He's got a better view of that one. Right on the button. There we go. Cover. Not going to happen. And now maybe you think the Ascension might want to bring him into the corner. That's what he's going to do. Bring him into the corner, get the tag, get Connor in there, and see if he can finish him off. What are we going to see here? Oh, off the top of the clothesline. And I think it might be a foregone conclusion now. Big E, he's struggling. Kingston's getting destroyed as well. The Ascension in control. And this is a really impressive performance from the Ascension. And maybe we saw the Wyatt family dominate. Maybe we're going to see the Ascension dominate, but do the same on Monday Night Raw. What are we going to see now is Kingston trying to fight, trying to stay in it. Can he get the tag? Even though Big E suffered a lot of damage, still a good idea to get the tag. Oh, he flips down. Here we go. Kingston flying. Crossbody up the top. Could be it. 1, 2. And it's not it. As Victor gets in there, breaks it up. Jeez. Kingston, that might be all he has left, though, to give because he really used a lot of energy trying to take down Connor, who hits a beautiful clothesline. And I thought he should have went for the tag. Instead, he tried to go for the cover, try to get the victory. Didn't happen, and that may just cost Kofi Kingston and the New Day of reclaiming their tag team championships. And, oh, down goes Kingston. Oh, man, it's over. It's over. Get the cover. Count to 100. I think Kingston's done. Big shot there by Connor. We were just waiting for one more big move. One more big move away from ending this one, you'd have to say. Big E, he breaks it up. But I just have to say, it's not going to be long now until the 3 count does occur. Oh, big shot. Big right hand there by Connor. And man, I don't know. Look, here we go again. Oh, backbreaker. It's over. It's just over. The cover now. 2. Yes, it's over. 3 count. Kingston had nothing left in the tank. Big E, he had nothing left in the tank to even try and break it up. I think he might have realized, let's just end this one before it gets too bad and ugly. The Ascension. Dominant victory here tonight at Survivor Series. And the New Day, they just realized that the Ascension are just that damn good. Ascension, I tell you what, they've made a huge impression since debuting not too long ago. Winning the tag titles, it was not a fluke because they dominated tonight. Beat the New Day, retaining them. Man, the tag team division here on Raw has a new leader, has a new king. it is the Ascension. Big victory tonight from them. And next up now, we have our final match in the World Championship Tournament. On SmackDown, it'll be CM Punk taking on Rusev. The Ascension raise the titles. They are our champions still. Big victory. And now it's time to move on to another big match. 8 of SmackDown's best superstars have been battling it out over the past number of weeks over on the SmackDown brand, hoping to get themselves an opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's been the World Heavyweight Championship number one contendership tournament. And tonight, it is the final of that tournament, with the winner tonight being crowned the new number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship for a match that will take place in the upcoming future. And at the moment, we have Lana introducing Rusev right now, who's one of the 2 participants in this matchup. And Rusev, he's been the surprise of the tournament. I would say absolutely nobody expected Rusev to even win his first match, let alone be in the final of this tournament. But Rusev is trying to make a name for himself, trying to step up and trying to become the next World Heavyweight Champion. It could happen, but he has to get through this man tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is CM Punk, the former WWE Champion, coming out tonight to try and recapture his World Championship that he's been trying to get for a long time now. He's been on SmackDown for a while and hasn't won the big one here on SmackDown. He was the WWE Champion over on Raw, but he's yet to win the World Heavyweight Championship here on SmackDown. He's won the Intercontinental Championship though, and he held that for a while, and he's pretty good at the Intercontinental Champion. And he's been pretty impressive. I mean, in the last 8 weeks for CM Punk, I think, have been some of his best. He's been beating a lot of good names here on SmackDown, and I think CM Punk is ready for this type of matchup. He's ready to get himself back in the main event after a number of months of exile. Now it's time for CM Punk to try and step it up and see what he's made of. Can he beat Rusev tonight? Rusev, no, starts off really aggressively, and a nice move to kick this one off. So Rusev, wow, what a ride to the final of this tournament. His first match he had to get through was John Cena. Multiple-time world champion here on SmackDown, champion over on Raw. He's done it all. John Cena, he's the man. But Rusev went through John Cena in the first round, and immediately we went, wow, okay, Rusev is here. Rusev's ready. And Rusev, he beat Cena, and then we realized, okay, next up is going to be Brock Lesnar. There's no way Rusev beats Brock Lesnar. Guess what? He did. Rusev beat Brock Lesnar. I am still amazed how he did it, but he did. I mean, Rusev is just stringing together. He's just having a great run right now. He's just stringing together these victories, doing so well. And CM Punk now a submission hold now on Rusev. This could be it. Early on, Rusev gets out of it though. But Rusev's rise to this tournament final has been so impressive. Now he has one more mega superstar to get through, and that is CM Punk. And Rusev though, look, you know, when you have this confidence, you have this momentum, it's hard to stop. CM Punk's got his work cut out for him. It's going to be very difficult for him because CM Punk, despite having a pretty impressive tournament himself, you know, first round he had to get through his friend Batista, and then he had to get through the Big Show. So CM Punk's had a pretty tough time himself. But Rusev, though, all the talk has been about him, so perhaps CM Punk feeling, you know, maybe he's feeling as though he's not the favorite going into this one. Where I would actually say CM Punk definitely the favorite, but Rusev, a lot of attention and a lot of talk about him. Perhaps that may put a bit more pressure on Rusev to win, or perhaps Rusev will live up to the expectations and come away with the victory. But even if Rusev loses tonight, we now know Rusev has arrived. He's on the map, and he's now a legitimate threat for a lot of these championships, whether it be the IC or the World Heavyweight title. So Rusev is now a possible contender. You know, that's something that we haven't seen for a while. A new guy come ahead and come up in through the ranks. But Rusev is certainly trying to make a name for himself, and on SmackDown it's full of a lot of major names. It's going to be very difficult for somebody like Rusev to do. So Rusev has to go through some of these big names to do it, and so far so good. And tonight he has one more hurdle to go through, and that is CM Punk, who whips Rusev into the corner, and CM Punk follows it up with a nice stomp as well. A couple there. But CM Punk, you know, we've seen him dominate, then go doing nothing, you know, dominate, struggle. It's always very inconsistent from CM Punk. You know, he has a good couple of month run where we see the best from Punk, and it's almost like he uses all he has left in the tank to do that. It's almost like he has nothing left after those 3 months of brilliance, because he just struggles to come back from that. He just struggles to do anything else after that. You know, we see him take a lot of losses, lose big matches when we come to expect him winning those matches. So it just becomes very difficult for Punk and to build this momentum and build this consistency. But now, you know, are we in at the moment, are we in a CM Punk 3-month period of brilliance? I mean, we've seen one great month. This is the second great month. The third great month could be the one where he has to face the World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho for the belt. Will that be the month where we see CM Punk walk away as champion for the first time here on SmackDown? Perhaps. But CM Punk has to go have that great month and then go beyond, which has been CM Punk's biggest problem so far here in Universe Mode, especially here on SmackDown. You know, when we saw CM Punk come in, you know, he came in after a very tough time on Raw. He had a horrible time. He came in, and his first few months on SmackDown were fantastic. Then he had a couple of months where he was doing some, you know, getting dominated by the Wyatts. He was just struggling to contend with that and deal with that. And then he had another couple of months where it just wasn't much happening. But he's just starting to turn things around again, and CM Punk is looking as though he's trying to get back into title contention. And so far, it could be tonight, could be his night. So at the moment, Rusev whipping Punk against the ropes, and what's he going to follow it up with? Oh, wait a minute, Punk countering, shoulders down, could be it. No, he kicks out at one. And Rusev, the powerhouse, the Russian super athlete. And geez, he's been good, I tell you that. But CM Punk, you know, like I said, momentum is everything. And CM Punk's had 2 months of great momentum. Rusev's had about 2 or 3 weeks. And both CM Punk and Rusev lost their matches on the recent episode of SmackDown. So that's going to probably hinder these two guys a little bit there. You know, maybe they gave everything they had in this tournament. That's one of the key things of a tournament. Can you last all 4 weeks of the tournament? Can you survive? You know, you have a lot of tough matches you have to get through to win a tournament like this. So, you know, it's the preparation that throughout these 4 weeks is key. It's vital to see what happens. As CM Punk, knee to the head, follows it up with the clothesline. Is this the beginning of the end for Rusev? He kicks out at 2. So CM Punk looking good though. Rusev in a bit of trouble. Rusev maybe starting to realize what he's got himself into, trying to beat some of the best that we have here on SmackDown, but Rusev still staying in it. And Punk now trying to counter, can't do it as Rusev with a nice knee to the midsection, gonna roll him over. Punk close to the ropes, not gonna get there though. 2 and kicks out. So Rusev, he knows that this match probably means everything to him. CM Punk's already an established veteran. Rusev though has yet to prove himself, has got a lot more to do before he can seriously start calling himself a worthy contender for the world title, and perhaps the IC title's in his reach. But Rusev's still got a lot more work to do, a lot more developing to do on his game. But a win over CM Punk right now will at least put his name in title contention for a long period of time. As Rusev still striking away on Punk, looking really good at the moment. CM Punk's in a bit of trouble. Rusev, no, big counter there by CM Punk with the right hand. And wait a minute, CM Punk's got him up. He's caught him with the GTS. Go to sleep. Is that going to be the end of Rusev's tournament? Here we go, the cover. Punk, new #1 contender. He has done it. CM Punk, GTS, puts Rusev to sleep. And CM Punk walks away as the #1 contender. But Rusev, he's established himself as a worthy contender for the future. He's made a name for himself, but tonight was not his night, as the veteran CM Punk has done it again. Are we finally going to see CM Punk win the big one here on SmackDown? It's only a matter of weeks away. CM Punk, big victory over Rusev tonight, putting him to sleep. And that's a huge victory for CM Punk, because we're just starting to realize that CM Punk's career is struggling a little bit. What's the future for him? But the future for him right now could be the World Heavyweight Championship. What a victory from CM Punk. We still have one more world title match to go. It's going to be the WWE Championship matchup. And guess what? It's next. The WWE Championship is on the line as our champion Seth Rollins is going to go into battle with his former tag team partner Roman Reigns, his former best friend Roman Reigns, now turned into bitter rivals. Seth Rollins, our WWE Champion, held the title since Night of Champions, as we talked about earlier on in the Rock and Orton matchup. Rollins managed to win the title in that Fatal 4-Way Night of Champions, and he scurried away. He escaped the Hell in a Cell cage at Hell in a Cell to retain his championship. But one of the questions that I've asked, can Seth Rollins do it in a one-on-one matchup environment? We've seen him win multi-man matches, but we've yet to see him retain his championship and really impress in one-on-one matches. Is Seth Rollins going to be good enough to beat this man, Roman Reigns, tonight in a one-on-one matchup? No excuses, nobody else coming in to interfere. It's just these two one-on-one, and we are simply going to see the better man walk away as the WWE Champion. A lot of you guys have had a lot of criticism about Roman Reigns and whether or not he deserves to be the champion here on Universe Mode. A lot of you guys have been saying he's had too many opportunities, in fact. Too many opportunities, too many chances to be champion. Of course, you go back to Night of Champions, he lost the US Championship matchup where he tried to defeat Dolph Ziggler for it. And then after that, he did really nothing until it was an old school Raw episode where he teamed up with Seth Rollins. He finally got an opportunity to be in a main event of Raw. He teamed up with Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins was not happy that he lost. Not happy that Roman Reigns didn't help him out in that matchup, and he took him out. He tried to beat up Roman Reigns after the match, and Seth Rollins, well, he paid for it, that's for sure. Roman Reigns hit the big spear, taking down Seth Rollins, and ever since then on, it's really been these two guys just going at it. Roman Reigns was on a mission to get himself in the Hell in a Cell 6-man matchup. He had to do it by winning a Battle Royal. He managed to do that, and then he was unsuccessful. But to Roman Reigns' credit, though, he was very impressive in that 6-man Hell in a Cell. I thought he was the MVP of the match, and he was very, very close to winning it. He hit the spear on Triple H. Seth Rollins came in, picked up the pieces, and got the victory. So really, it was probably Roman Reigns' match to win, but Seth Rollins stole it away from Roman Reigns. But now we're going to find out who is the better out of these two men right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, one-on-one, as Reigns sends Rollins into the corner, showing the power of Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins showing the technical specialist that he is, and has all the moves in the book, all the counters in the book. Seth Rollins knows what he's doing with a nice counter, follows it up with a neck breaker as well. Down goes Roman Reigns, and straight away Seth Rollins in control of this one in the early stages of this. So Seth Rollins, though, his last 3 months has been probably 3 of the best months I've ever seen here in Universe Mode. All of a sudden, he lost his US title, and a lot of us probably said that Seth Rollins wanted to lose the title. He was happy when he lost the title because he realized that this is my time to step into the main event, and that's what he did. He started beating a lot of the top guys here. Triple H, The Rock, Randy Orton multiple times. He started beating the best of the best. He beat Chris Jericho as well, so he beat all the top guys here on Raw, got himself in that Fatal 4-Way, won the title, and ever since been very, very impressive. But I have had my doubts. I've had my doubts in a big match environment. Can he win one-on-one? So we'll have to wait and see tonight. Can he beat Roman Reigns? And these two guys, they know all about each other. You go back, these two guys are multiple-time tag team champions as the Shield. They were tag team champions for the longest time here in Universe Mode. I don't know, 6-month title reign or something like that. Something huge, something ridiculous. They lost the titles and they won it back a month later and held it for a few more months. So the Shield was a very, very successful tag team. It was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins who worked so well together. But when they split up, there really wasn't any animosity between one another. But I think there may have been. But they kept it behind closed doors, and it fully blew out when they had that old school Raw reunion. I think all the frustration that these two guys have had for one another blew out then, and Seth Rollins over the top rope with a knee. So now we're finally seeing all that frustration being executed in this matchup, and we'll see who will get the better of the two in this one. Who is the better out of this tremendous tag team here in Universe Mode? As Roman Reigns back to his feet, shoves off Seth Rollins. Big drop kick, down goes Roman Reigns though. That was very quick from Seth Rollins, showing his speed, and Roman Reigns needs to try and utilize his strength and power in this one, but Seth Rollins not really allowing him to do that. But that might be the opening that Roman Reigns needs to get himself in this one. It's been a tough start for Reigns. And Reigns, he's had a lot of opportunities like you guys have been saying, but he's never really won any of them. He's never really capitalized in his singles career. He had an opportunity for the WWE Championship at Bragging Rights. It was a Fatal 4-Way match, but he failed. and then he had an opportunity at the Hell in a Cell and he failed. So this one-on-one matchup for the WWE title, will he fail again? And if he does, what's next for Roman Reigns? Will he just go down as a failure? A guy who's had a lot of chances, but he just has never been able to make anything of it. You know, I kind of worry for Roman Reigns. You know, what kind of state of mind will he be in if he does lose this one? Because this will mean that he's had a number of chances now, and he's yet to make any of them count. And Roman Reigns in trouble again. A nice suplex there by Seth Rollins, in control of this one. And as Roman Reigns gets himself out of there. And now Seth Rollins. Oh, his shoulders are down. Beautiful move by Seth Rollins. Cover. And kicks out at 1. Stays alive in this one. Roman Reigns trying to get back to his feet. Seth Rollins is not going to allow it though. Rollins trying to keep Reigns grounded. And I don't know. Will that suit Rollins or Reigns? Oh! Rollins off the top flying with a flying knee. Didn't really get all of it though, but he hit him in the back of the head. And that might be enough to keep Roman Reigns down and allow Rollins to capitalize. He's going to fly again now. And he does the knees again. This time he got the rib cage of Roman Reigns. And Seth Rollins is truly in control of this one. The architect of the Shield. And now the WWE Champion, the best we have on Raw, has got Roman Reigns in a bad predicament. The powerbomb into the corner. Seth Rollins has got Roman Reigns right where he wants him. The cover. This surely will be it. 2. No, kicking out at 2. Roman Reigns still staying alive, still fighting, still trying to do everything he can to stay in it and win this WWE Championship for the first time in his career. But at the moment, Seth Rollins is in control, looking as though he's one move away from finishing off Roman Reigns. But Reigns still hanging in there by a thread. Rollins, you just get the feeling that he just got to hit that curb stomp and it's all over. And he's not too far away from hitting it, I think. Roman Reigns is in some trouble. And wait a minute, here it is, by the way! Curb stomp, right on key. Seth Rollins hitting the curb stomp, but he can't get there. That might have taken everything out of him. Was that enough time to waste? 2, 3, Rollins, despite wasting a bit of time, has still managed to put Roman Reigns down and out for the 3 count. Seth Rollins retains his WWE Championship in emphatic fashion. Roman Reigns not good enough tonight. Seth Rollins quieting a few doubters, myself included, that he could not win the singles match when it mattered, but tonight he did it, and he is still our WWE Champion. Seth Rollins, mighty impressive. There it was, the curb stomp. Down goes Reigns, and he was out. Look at him, he's done. Rollins took a while to get there though. It seems as though he used a lot of energy hitting that curb stomp. He got there in the end, and Reigns was still down, and I think he's still, look at him. Did not move an inch, Roman Reigns. He was done. Seth Rollins, mighty impressive victory. A dominant win again. Seth Rollins is on top of the world. He's on top of Monday Night Raw. Who the hell is going to stop this man? The Rock couldn't do it. Triple H couldn't do it. Ryback couldn't do it. Randy Orton will be the next contender for the WWE Championship. Will he be able to do it? Well, I tell you what, it's going to be very, very tough. Seth Rollins is on sky high. A lot of momentum going his way. Roman Reigns couldn't do it tonight, but now it's time to move on to our final match and our main event. It's a 6-man tag team matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And from one Shield member to another, here comes Dean Ambrose, our Intercontinental Champion. 6-man traditional Survivor Series tag team action. 3-on-3, Team Undertaker versus Team Jericho. And first, the first member of Team Undertaker, it is our IC champion, Dean Ambrose. And he's in red hot form himself. He's been beating Bray Wyatt week in, week out in recent times. Now he's looking to represent Team Undertaker to put Bray Wyatt to bed, and also perhaps make a bit of a statement to the world champion Chris Jericho very well in the future. So Dean Ambrose, our first member of Team Undertaker. This man is our second and a late inclusion into this one. His name is Christian, and this man coming over from Monday Night Raw over to SmackDown, and he's coming over to do one thing, and that is to beat up Chris Jericho. Christian trying to do everything he can to make Chris Jericho's life a living hell, and he made it known when he attacked Chris Jericho on the recent episode of SmackDown. Jericho, big victory over Dean Ambrose, and then Christian came out and made sure that Jericho remembered the name, and Christian basically said that he wanted one more match, and he was going to get it here at Survivor Series. But for now, here is our team captain for Team Undertaker. It is The Undertaker himself, the former World Heavyweight Champion. And it is time for The Undertaker to try and put this situation between him and Jericho to bed. But a new one has emerged, and his name is Sting. Very tough times for The Undertaker. We saw him return to SmackDown last week as well, where he had a matchup against Bray Wyatt, and he and Sting had a stare down after the match. And of course, at Hell in a Cell, we saw Sting give The Undertaker the beating of a lifetime. Many of us thought The Undertaker would not be back, but he is back tonight to try and get some revenge, as Sting will be competing in his first match, and The Undertaker is looking to get a piece of Sting tonight. Here comes our former Intercontinental Champion and the leader of the Wyatt family. We saw him a little bit earlier on, Bray Wyatt. But tonight, he'll be coming out alone to try and take out Team Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, like we said earlier, in a bit of a situation with Dean Ambrose, and has been going on for quite some time. And I think Bray Wyatt probably realizes he's not going to get another opportunity for the IC title, but one more victory over Ambrose would certainly put a smile to the sadistic face of Bray Wyatt. And he's absolutely crazy. Bray Wyatt has been on a rise himself, but his Wyatt family in recent times have been struggling. Can Bray Wyatt get a victory back for the Wyatt family to change that wave of momentum? And here comes our team captain for Team Jericho. He is the World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. And he cashed in Money in the Bank, and he retained it at Hell in a Cell. Jericho has been all about taking out The Undertaker, but now a new opponent has emerged, and it's his former friend, Christian. And we're going to talk more about what happened between Christian and Jericho in a moment, but it's been a bit of a crazy situation. But Jericho, impressive enough, he cashed in Money in the Bank at Night of Champions, beat The Undertaker, and then he retained the championship at Hell in a Cell, survived that, and now Jericho looking to get one more win over The Undertaker, as he gets ready to probably move on to Christian, who will be the next opponent for him, I would say. But we did find out it was CM Punk who was going to get the next opportunity at Jericho as well. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It's time for Sting. Our first time we are going to see him in action. The first look at the man they call Sting. He is in action tonight, and he will be representing Team Jericho. We've seen him in action by taking out The Undertaker whilst he's not looking, whilst he's been down and out. But now, it's a fair one-on-one game. Will we see Undertaker and Sting go at it tonight? We will find out. How will Sting go about this one? Is it going to be about trying to win the match, or is it truly about getting his hands on The Undertaker? We still are unsure about why Sting has been targeting The Undertaker. But tonight, Sting is ready. As he points the bat, he is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Sting is wanting revenge for whatever it is that The Undertaker has done for him. And with Sting, he is ready to go, looking good. And we saw him appear for the first time on SmackDown. He did not attack The Undertaker. I just think he was sending a message, playing mind games, that he's ready to go. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This one is underway. Ambrose and Wyatt are going to kick this one off. Ambrose Wyatt, our main event here on Survivor Series. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Bray Wyatt starting it off with a nice suplex. And this has been a rivalry that's been going on for 3 months now between these two. And this one probably will be the conclusion of their little rivalry, as we mentioned a moment ago, as Bray Wyatt sending down Dean Ambrose, and a strong start for Team Jericho in this one. And ladies and gentlemen, traditional Survivor Series tag team rules, elimination matchup, of course, 6-man tag team match, 3-on-3. If Ambrose gets pinned, he's eliminated. In comes the next guy, and we go all the way again. 3 big rivalries happening in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Ambrose, Wyatt, Christian, and Jericho. Jericho and Taker. Taker and Sting. It's all happening in this one. And it's been a culmination of some rivalries between, especially Taker and Jericho, Ambrose and Wyatt, as Christian gets his first action in this matchup. It's been all happening throughout the last few months of SmackDown. These guys all have been battling it out, and tonight it's all going to culminate in this one. And a couple new rivalries are going to start, you have to say, as Bray Wyatt sent over the top rope. And that's a place you don't want to be. Undertaker gets his hands on Wyatt as well. He's going to launch him back in the ring. Christian going to follow suit and get himself back in there as well. So we might as well mention it now, what's been going on between the situation with Jericho and Christian. You know, so you all go back to after WrestleMania. We saw Christian and Jericho team up for the first time. You know, they decided to form an alliance, form a tag team. You know, they didn't want to be on Raw. They wanted to be a SmackDown guys. They were on SmackDown. They were pretty happy with how they were doing on SmackDown. Jericho just came off a big loss against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He wanted to get himself some revenge against The Undertaker. Didn't get to do that. And instead got drafted over to Raw. And wait a minute. Wyatt now. Oh, down goes Wyatt onto Christian. Could be enough. Cover 2. And Christian staying alive in this one. So Jericho and Christian form a team. And they won the tag team titles. Very successful team. But Christian suffered an injury for a month. And within that month, Chris Jericho had an opportunity to win Money in the Bank, which he did, as Wyatt kicks out again at 1. Win Money in the Bank. Jericho won Money in the Bank. And he decided from then on, he probably wanted to be more of a singles guy. He was kind of done with the tag team of the Charisma Code. Didn't really want these two guys. Didn't really want to have to suffer Christian and have to, you know, really worry about him. Just wanted to do his own thing. But Christian still wanted to be a tag team, as now Christian in a lot of trouble. Sister Abigail to Christian very early on in this one. And I'm not going to get too excited because I know Ambrose and Taker are right there to break that one up. As Christian trying to get back to his feet, but a big move there by Bray Wyatt early on in this one to take down Christian. But anyways, going back to it, so we saw Christian and Jericho team up, but what happened is that Jericho won Money in the Bank, and then he cashed in Money in the Bank at Night of Champions. But what really ticked Christian off was the fact that Jericho went ahead, he cashed in Money in the Bank without any concern for Christian at all. These two guys were still tag team partners, still friends, still working together. But Christian, he didn't know anything about what Jericho was going to do. He didn't know Jericho was going to jump ship, go and cash in and try and win the world title, as Jericho actually went on and won the world title, and that would mean that he would go to SmackDown. So Christian was left on Raw all by himself, and when Christian came to SmackDown for an episode after Hell in a Cell to confront Jericho about it, guess what? Jericho said, I do not care. Get the hell off my show. Me and you are done. No more tag team. I don't care about you. I'm the world champion now. I don't need you. I was only using you to become the world champion and get my name out there to stay relevant. I was only using you the whole time. And Christian, anybody who finds that out is going to be pissed off about that. Is Bray Wyatt, wait a minute. Hold that thought. Bray Wyatt, doing that freaky walk that he loves to do. The Undertaker's in a lot of trouble. Taker, don't get up. Don't get up. He got up, and he's not going to like the view because Sister Abigail, again, Bray Wyatt dominating this one. To start this one off, Taker, this could be the end of him. 2, he's out. No, he kicks out at 2. Wow, he kicked out of the Sister Abigail. Somehow staying alive in this one. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening right now. Taker trying to do anything he can to get himself some breathing room. Suplex, there it is. So, just to finish it up, we saw Christian. We didn't see him for 3 weeks, but we saw him return on SmackDown. We were wondering who was going to be the third man, who was going to be the last man for Team Taker. It was Christian. He came out, he laid out Jericho, and there it was. The beginning of Christian versus Jericho, and this one's just getting started tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go on for quite some time. You'd have to assume Jericho will now have to deal with Christian on a full-time basis because Christian is a part of the SmackDown roster now. So very tough times for Jericho. He's had Undertaker, now Christian to deal with, and I'm sure a lot of other guys, like now we know CM Punk, the new #1 contender, who's going to be gunning for Jericho as well. So very tough times for Jericho, as now Jericho into this one. The two team captains, Taker and Jericho, going at it now, as, down goes Taker. So a very strong start from Bray Wyatt, very impressive start from him, and that could be tough times ahead for Team Taker if they can't deal with Bray Wyatt and get rid of him very early on, because he's looking good. Christian and Ambrose all tasted a bit of action as well, and now the two team captains going at it. Of course, Jericho pinning The Undertaker at Night of Champions to win the world title. Retained it at Hell in a Cell. Here we go. The Walls of Jericho. It is locked in. Locked in, Walls of Jericho. Taker in a lot of trouble. And broken up by Christian and Ambrose. Thank goodness. Thank goodness there, because they needed that badly. They did not want to lose The Undertaker early on, ladies and gentlemen. If they lose The Undertaker, then I guess you can just about kiss your chances goodbye. But wait a minute. Jericho setting The Undertaker up. Codebreaker! He got it! Right in the head. Codebreaker. It's over. 2. Ambrose breaking up just before Bray Wyatt could stop him. Keeping The Undertaker alive in this one. Like I said, losing your team captain is demoralizing. You do not want that to happen, especially early on in it. Cover again. Ambrose breaking it up again, keeping The Undertaker in this one. And hang on, Taker gets the tag, In comes Ambrose. Down goes Jericho. Down goes Wyatt. Sting, he doesn't want to face the music, so he goes down as well. And Jericho counters, stopping the suplex, stopping the momentum of Ambrose. But Ambrose, DDT anyways. He may not got the suplex in, but he hits the DDT. Bray Wyatt back onto the apron now. And Ambrose, wait a minute. Oh, double hook of the arms and drags him down. Ambrose thought about a tag, not going to go for it, as he realized that Jericho's right in the corner. Probably needs to try and get himself to the other side of the ring to make sure that Jericho stays isolated as Dean Ambrose is taken down by Jericho. Jeez, good start to this one for Team Jericho. Just when you think Ambrose and Undertaker and the team are going to get momentum, starting to get back in it, they put an end to it ASAP. And Jericho looking good now. He's got Ambrose right where he wants him. Ambrose just about had Jericho pretty much done as well, but Jericho still countering and still fighting when he needs to. Another counter there against the ropes. Ambrose, but he counters. Swinging neckbreaker. Down goes Jericho. And of course, Jericho and Ambrose had a matchup on Smackdown where Jericho was the victor. So Ambrose would love to get a bit of revenge on Jericho on this one and prove that he is deserving of an opportunity for the world title in the future. I mean, Ambrose has been very, very impressive. He's working his way up on the card at the moment. Cover there from the DDT, not going to be enough to put Jericho away though. So Ambrose still fighting away. Got it. Jericho against the ropes. Jericho struggling a little bit perhaps. And a couple of slaps there. Jeez. Insult to injury. What a bit. Here goes Ambrose. Oh! Drop kick right into the ribcage of Jericho, who's down. I thought he would maybe be trying to send him over the top rope. It didn't happen though. And now Jericho. He might need to get the tag in because he's struggling. Ambrose is going to put Jericho against the ropes. And now what's he going to try and do? Jericho with a counter. Wait a minute. Here we go. Off the ropes. Bang. There it is. Off the ropes. Dean Ambrose with the clothesline. We thought Ambrose was going to get sent over the top, through the ropes. He snaps back in. Explosive off the ropes. Hitting the clothesline. He's still staying in it. A bit of a slugfest between these two right now. Beautiful matchup between Ambrose and Jericho in this one, and that's the beauty of the Survivor Series tag team match. You have matchups within a matchup. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. And Jericho trying to make Ambrose tap out. And now Christian enters this one. Sting got in there for a moment as well. Christian getting a shot on Sting. And now Ambrose is in trouble. The cover. And he kicks out at one, staying alive. Bray Wyatt making sure nobody was going to get in there either. Playing the bodyguard role. Oh, there you go. Codebreaker. Wow. Out of nowhere. Codebreaker 2. And our first eliminatee. Dean Ambrose eliminated by Chris Jericho. Oh, wow. What a codebreaker. He just hit that out of nowhere. Busting Ambrose open. And it's lights out. Get the hell out of here. Get out of my ring, says Chris Jericho. And now Jericho and Christian will have an opportunity. As you notice, Christian straight in there. He wanted in. He wanted to get in there as soon as he possibly could. And uh-oh, here we go. The first bit of action for the man they call Sting, the icon. He's in the match. And Sting, what's he going to do for Jericho? For Christian, first up for Team Jericho with a suplex. We all know it's about Sting and the Undertaker though. And here comes the Undertaker to force the break. Does not want Sting to get rid of Christian and make it Undertaker versus Sting. That would be a hell of a match to close this one out, but Undertaker wants all the help he can get. He's already one man down, and it's looking pretty ominous right now for Team Undertaker, who needs to do something to stay in it. And Sting countering Christian, sending Christian into the corner with velocity. Sting looking good. He's only had a couple of minutes in this one, but he's still looking good. And showing no signs of ring rust at the moment. Taker! Jeez, he was close to not being able to get there. Jericho and Wyatt doing some good bodyguard work, but still, Taker was able to get through all that attack and get there to save the matchup. As Christian suplex down, Sting going to work. As you get the feeling Sting has just got one eye on the Undertaker the whole time he's doing it. And oh, now the tombstone pile driver. The cover. And Taker, he does not want Sting to pin Christian with his own move. Sting showing just a bit of bad respect, using Taker's own move against his team. And now Sting, it might be the beginning of the end for Christian. No, Christian with a counter. Countering. And Sting countering again though. Christian not able to take advantage of that nice reversal. Sting with another cover. Taker in there again. Christian kicking out on his own accord though. And Sting making, like I was going to say before, has one eye on the Undertaker whilst he's doing every bit of move, every bit of offense. He's thinking about the Undertaker whilst he's doing. You just get the feeling this is going to blow out right now. Is if the Undertaker gets in there and Sting and Taker go at it, it's going to be a hell of a fight. Taker, he's going to have to break it up again. Sting, those pinfalls are very close to Taker's side of the ring. He has to try and pin Christian near Jericho and Bray Wyatt. And Christian trying to stay in it, but Sting is all over him right now. Sting dominating, very dominant start to his first matchup here in Universe Mode. Like we said, we've seen Sting before, we've seen him beat up the Undertaker at numerous occasions, but we've yet to see him in a matchup. And this is the first time that we get to see how good Sting is at this stage of the game. Can he beat the Undertaker? Can he make sure that Team Taker do not walk away with the victory? Trying to beat Christian right now, and he won't get there. Taker in there again. And I think Sting knows. I think Sting knows that Undertaker's going to break it up. I think he knows he's not going to pin Christian, but he's just making Taker do the work, just sending signals, sending signs, just making sure that Undertaker has to keep going in there and realizing that Sting is almost beating Christian, almost beating. And Christian, he's in a lot of trouble. Sting is dominating him right now. And Sting, here we go. Side suplex. So sidewalk slam, I should say. The cover, 2, and it's over. Christian absolutely dominated. And now it's 3-on-1. Bray Wyatt and Jericho taking a couple of shots on The Undertaker, but guess who's the legal man? Taker Sting. Here we go. And Sting, tombstone to The Undertaker. Cover. His foot is on the rope though. Keeps him alive in this one. Can The Undertaker fight off 3 men? Can The Undertaker stay alive? Sting might be looking to put him away right now. Here we go. Scorpion Death Drop. And that might be the final breath The Undertaker has in this one, because it is over. Sting, Jericho, Bray Wyatt win this match. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a complete whitewash. A complete utter domination, annihilation, you name it. Team Jericho absolutely dominating tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is a clean sweep. It's a blowout win. Team Undertaker had nothing in reply for the dominance that Bray Wyatt was giving out. The experience of Jericho and Sting as well. It just, man, it was a mighty impressive performance. And just like last year's main event where we saw a blowout, we're seeing it again. 3-0 clean sweep. Scorpion Death Drop. That was the end of The Undertaker. And now Sting. He's not finished yet. Sting is not finished yet. And now he's got the steel steps. The referee has to try and do something about this. Has to try and stop this somehow. Taker coming in the outside though. And Sting meeting him there with the steel steps. And Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho leaving the ring, allowing Sting just to go to work. And he's beating the hell out of The Undertaker with those steel steps. Undertaker already taken enough damage in this one. Already had to suffer a Scorpion Death Drop earlier on. Sting still has enough left. Taker with a counter though. Can Taker fight back? turns him around, and no, Sting not allowing him to capitalize. Sting with a shot to Taker, and geez, Undertaker, there's not much left he can do. There's not much left in the tank after suffering those big moves already by Sting. This tombstone, Scorpion death drop. Sting has him right where he wants him, not to mention a couple steel stair shots as well. And oh no, another tombstone. Taker, oh, right on the skull. Sting is looking to finish the job. He almost put the Undertaker away at Hell in a Cell. Taker still not 100% coming into this match, and we know it. And now he's definitely not 100% because Sting beating the hell out of him with those steel steps. And oh, big shot to the skull. And come on, Sting, end it already. Just finish it. Stop what you're doing. He's done enough. And no, come on, another tombstone. That's the third one. Jeez, Sting sending a statement to the Undertaker, looking to put him out of business for good. And here we go. Scorpion death drop to the Undertaker. It is over. Sting has just cleaned up Team Undertaker and now sending... Oh, come on. Another one again. Are you kidding me? Sting wants to finish this for good. Undertaker has nothing left. And another Scorpion death drop. Sting. What a statement he just made to the Undertaker. Team Jericho winning in tonight's main event. Sting putting the Undertaker to rest as well. What a statement by Sting. What a victory for Team Jericho. And what a Survivor Series. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watched the whole pay-per-view, put in the comments section down below the word Scorpion. What a victory for Sting. What a Survivor Series pay-per-view. Guys, if you did enjoy it, please smash the like button for me. Make sure you subscribe. More Universe Mode episodes coming up real soon. Thank you so much for the support, guys. If you want to go and discuss Survivor Series more in detail, you can do that on the forums at BrendenPlayz.com/forums. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our next pay-per-view will be TLC. Thanks, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good night, everybody.